Hey, what's going on, guys? Today is the 10th of September 2017. I'm going to be going over some trade ideas for this week. First one on the list is Esrx. There's a nice little setup on this chart. Tight consolidation over the 50 EMA. You can see that the 50 EMA is starting to flatten out and almost be curling to the upside. A big buyer came into the close on Friday, so that's why this one's on watch. I think we can play this one on the long side if we get a pullback on the chart down to about $62.60, somewhere in between of that move and some sort of a support range. Yet on Friday that chart did hold right about $60.60, and I think if it pulls back down to $62.60, sorry, and I think if the chart pulls back down to that $62.60, it gives us a reasonable range to trade this chart. The way that it's setting up, the tight consolidation, the moving averages that are moving to the upside, I think the chart has a bigger breakout to the upside. So ESRX on a pullback to $62.60 for the long trade. Number 2 on the list is Vray. Small chart, but it seems like it wants to make a bigger move to the upside. As far as with this one, it could be something that you want to kind of put into a swing setup scenario. I think a pullback down to about 575 fills that gap. As long as it stays over the Ryam 200 and the 50 EMA, we should be in a decent setup for a possible long and swing trade on Vray. Number 3 on the list is Bbby. Bed Bath & Beyond starting to curl here at the bottom. Charts breaking the downtrend to the upside. Nice bullish engulfing on the daily on Friday. We had some nice buyers midday on Friday, and I think the chart can continue to move up off of it. If we were to get a nice pullback on the chart down to $28 on this one, chart closed at $28.30. If we get a nice pullback on this one down to $28, it should provide us with a decent buying opportunity and a risk down to Friday session low as a stop out reason. Number 4 on the list is Hog. Chart starting to curl to the upside. Not really a time of the year for it, but the chart is kind of doing what it needs to do. We had a big buyer that came into the close on Friday, giving me the reason to look at Hog a little bit more seriously. I think if we can get a pullback on this one down to about $47, it gives us a long entry on Hog, and that's where I'd be looking to play it. Number 5 on the list is Ryam. Small chart. You don't have to take a chart like this that's been tightening up for a while for any position until it breaks out. So for this one, a setup trade if it breaks that trend to the upside. So above that $14.20 would give you a long setup on RMAY. You never want to take one of these types of charts, no matter how bullish they start looking, until they actually break out of this channel. Other than that, you could be stuck in a channel here for weeks, days, months, it doesn't really matter. So until the chart actually breaks out, that's where you're going to be looking for that long play. TTPH is number 6 on the list. Small chart, nice bullish engulfing right off the 50 EMA. We have this chart that's starting to look like it wants to get up for a bigger breakout. I had this one circled for a long over the trend line breakout. The chart obviously tried to break there and it failed to do so. Now it's going to make its second attempt here, but before it does that, it's going to set you up with at least an intraday play. A pullback to about $6.75 on TTPH gets you a long position for the day trade, and if you have the continuation on the chart, then we can play for that long effort into the break over that $8.25 range. For right now, it sets up as an intraday trade, potential continuation effort on the chart. Number 7 on the list is TCS. The container store is starting to curl to the upside here, breaking the short-term downtrend, and I like this one. If we can get the break on this over Friday session high, is the only place that I would really be interested in playing it, especially when you have a chart that's broken down and just continues to hold a major downtrend. You're only trying to play it long into the breakout rather than trying to play it in the pullback, because if you look further back on the chart, you can see that pullback after pullback, you can get new lows continuously. So you don't try to play the pullback, you actually try to play the breakout on a chart that's being pushed to the downside. So TCS for a long trade over Friday session high. Pandora is starting to look interesting to me, but this is a pure channel trade, and so it really has no interest here until the chart can break over the channel. And so here's the downtrend on the chart. The only reason why I'm bringing it up is because we do have it making a small uptrend, and at this point we do have an 813 crossover, nice bullish harami on the daily, followed by a tight bunch of congestion candles. I think the chart's set up for a bigger move to the upside on Pandora, but if you can set an alert for over $8.63, that's where the chart's going to break that trend to the upside. I think that's where your play is on Pandora. Seeing the big volume that came into it on Friday's session, though, it would put it more on your radar just because of that volume that came into it on Friday. So, but it's stuck in a channel. You have to respect that, and it won't move out of that channel until something happens. But the volume that came into Friday, that's something that makes you kind of look at the chart a little bit more seriously and possibly play it on Monday into that volume continuation from Friday. Number 9 on the list is ITW. Nice little curl on this chart. Seems like it wants to break higher. I think a small pullback tomorrow to retest that 50 EMA. Round number gets you down to about 139.50 for a possible long trade, and I think you can have yourself set up here for also a possible swing trade if we can get the continuation. You have an 813 crossover, some volumes coming into it. Chart closed over the 50 EMA. It failed the 50 EMA hold before, and that's right here. So if it comes down to the 139.50 and gets some corrective move, I think you can play it on the long side. Add if the chart only breaks over that high on Friday, right up to that 140.41 range. And number 10 on the list is TRVN. Chart's breaking the short-term downtrend to the upside. Had a nice strong close with decent volume on this particular chart. I think a long on this one over Friday's session high, and so Friday's session high puts you right about $2.56. So a break over $2.56 on TRVN sets you up into a long trade. Again, these types of charts that don't necessarily have upside on it, you can only play them when they break to the upside because of the fact that you don't want to be caught holding the bag at the bottom. You don't want to continuously try to catch the knife, but you could definitely play the chart on the breakout to the upside. For those of you guys that are interested in trading with me and following me on Twitter, this is the Twitter account at Iceman Trading. For those of you guys that are interested in doing something a little bit more with your career, as far as trying to learn some of the some of the actual formations and strategies that go along with some of these trades, you can check me out on the website, IcemanTradingAcademy.com, and there you'll find links to everything else. And I mean, you can give it a try and see if it works for you. There's definitely a lot of stuff that we go over day in and day out: intraday setups, swing setups, position trades, and it could definitely be helpful for you and your career. Have a great week, guys.